What's going on, my dudes? This is HoboFraggins, and I'm going to go over the 3 different factions of Planetside 2 and what their strengths and weaknesses are. Starting with the new Conglomerate, their strengths are heavy armor, medium to long range weapons, and with those 2 things going for them, they are good with attacking. And a lot of people of the 2 other factions say their shotguns are OP. They want most nerfed, but I put the shotguns at one of their strengths. So, but with all those as their strengths, their weaknesses are they're not good at defending. Their guns, even though they have medium to long range weapons, are strong as hell. That entails that they have high recoil, as long as with the low firing rate. That's next to high recoil. They do have horrendous accuracy. The max, they are horrible. They are one of the worst maxes of the games. They only have 1 shotgun and a rocket launcher. The max is only for short range for infantry, but they can do a good amount of damage against armor with their rockets. The Reaver, it's the new Conglomerate's little fighter. It really can't match up against the Turan Republic's Mosquito and the Vanu's Scythe, so that's one of their weaknesses. So that's all the strengths and weaknesses that I found for the new Conglomerate. If I missed anything, you can comment and stuff. So now we're going to go on to the Turan Republic. So here's the Turan Republic's strengths and weaknesses. So the Turan strengths are they're good at defending. They have good medium-ranged weapons, but they can excel in short range, depending on what the weapon is. Especially the PDW, that goes for all 3 factions, but that gun is good. That gun is so strong, no one can pretty much react if they can. Yeah, at short range. Their chain guns, especially the Vulcan, are super strong. They have decent accuracy. Better than the NCs. They have low recoil. They're good at zerging. Once they zerge, they basically cannot stop. No one can stop them. They have a large magazine capacity, larger than NC and Vanu. They have a high population, like they run almost to 40% on Genudine. Their maxes, if they're grouped, they're basically unstoppable, especially if they run with 2 mutilators or 2 Vulcans. But the Turan Republics, what I found for their weaknesses, they're really not that decent with attacking without the Zerge. The Prowler without Vulcans is basically like any other heavy armor. They are not that really good without those. Maxes in a single area, just 1 max alone, they can get easily taken out by 2 infantry. So that's basically all of the Turan Republics that I found. I haven't really played with the Turan that much. So again, if I've missed anything, you can again comment below. See about all the strengths and weaknesses. If I screwed things up, you can just let me know. So we're going to move on to Vanu now. So here's Vanu's strengths and weaknesses. So the Vanu's strengths are their scythes. They're extremely maneuverable. They can hover really good. And they're pretty much a beast. They can take out almost anything in their path. Their lasers, they're all equipped on all of their guns. So they have no bullet drop. Little to no bullet drop. They're really easy to adapt to, but they have an effective range to up to like medium range. Anything beyond there is like almost just a tiny bit more and less than effective with it. So where you want to be at for the Vanu is just short to medium range. Their Mag Riders, if they're grouped up and they have experienced pilots and whatnot, they really are good to the point where they seem OP. They're really good at night because they're almost camouflaged. They don't need to have cloak because purple and black, they're almost the same, so they basically camouflage together. Their max is, to me, one of their best. Because with the twin laser machine guns, basically, like right there, they're basically a beast of a max. So that's another one of their strengths. And their lasers, since they have little to no bullet drop, and a lot of them, the physics of lasers, they have pinpoint accuracy. Like, they have little recoil. I mean, they do have some recoil, like all guns do, but it's really much a pinpoint accuracy. But they do have a couple of weaknesses. Like, they are the lowest population of the whole entire Genuity server. No, most other US servers, I think, basically, maybe one server has Vanu close to being the top population. But with another weaknesses comes the Mag Rider. If it's with an unexperienced pilot and it's alone and it has no idea what in the hell it's doing, it can get taken out easily with a Vanguard, just to say, and lightning. So, and one other strength for the Mag Rider is that it can basically, if you put a C4 on the ground, if it drives right over it, can just take that C4 to really do not much of a damage to it, because it's hovering. It hovers. It's off the ground about a couple feet. Maybe like a couple to 3 feet. So again, let's go. We're gonna go over these strengths and weaknesses of 3 things again. So the Conglomerate strengths are attacking, heavy armor, medium to long range weapons, and their weapons are supposed to be the top of the line, heavy hitting weapons. And their shotguns. The new Conglomerate's weaknesses are defense, high recoil, horrendous accuracy, the Max and Reaver. The Turan Republic's strengths are defending, medium range weapons to short range, depending on what weapons you're using. Chain guns, decent accuracy and low recoil. Turan Republic's weaknesses are attacking without zerging, the Prowler without Vulcans, single Max. And in addition to Terran's strengths are zerging, large magazine capacity, high population, and the maxes that are grouped. The Vanus, again, are the strengths. The Scythe, lasers, little to no bullet drop, easy weapons to adapt to. The Mag Rider, grouped with experienced pilots. Night Ops, the Max, pinpoint accuracy, but the Vanu's weaknesses are low population and the unexperienced Mag Rider pilot alone. So I hope you liked this video. Please comment, see if I missed anything or screwed things up. I would like some criticization. I enjoy criticization, makes these videos better. So rate, comment, and subscribe, like and favorite, and I'll see you in the next one.